In this episode of 11 minutes, I'll show you 20 ways to adapt a classic 1v1 drill. With small tweaks in setup and rules, you can implicitly highlight different coaching objectives in each variation. Variation 1. The classic setup with a twist. The drill starts with a defender playing the ball into the attacker, who then tries to score. You can immediately spice things up with a few different rules. Set a time limit for scoring. Set a delay before scoring is allowed, forcing players to shield the ball smartly. Award bonus points for using specific skills covered earlier in the session. Variation 2. Team-based competition. Turn it into a team game with two teams to raise intensity and add competition. Attackers and defenders play for points, and the result from the 1v1s can flow straight into small-sided games. Focus on defending. Then reward defenders who stop the attacker or even score on the counter after winning the ball. That hunger to win the ball goes up instantly. Variation 3. Match realism through passing angles. Instead of the defender playing the ball, have a teammate pass the ball to start the action, just like in a real game. Vary the angles and entry points, the defender can come from anywhere. Want to challenge the first touch? Try driven passes, bouncing balls, or even throw-ins. A poor first touch. You're instantly under pressure. Variation 4. Add gates. Now players can score in mini goals or by dribbling through side gates. This encourages them to really beat their marker and accelerate into space. Reward a dribble through a gate with double points, to encourage explosive follow-through after beating the defender. Variation 5, choose your entry. The attacker starts with the ball and chooses which gate to dribble into. This opens up space manipulation and forces the defender to react. The defender must enter the pitch through the opposite gate, creating angles to exploit. Variation 6. Player favorite, rock paper scissors start. Both players run into the middle from opposite sides. They play rock paper scissors, the winner gets the ball from a teammate. Now the pressure is from behind. Quick turns and shielding are critical. Want more variation? Play in a bouncing ball or from different angles. Variation 7. Here, teamwork is key. The attacker stands behind the defender, who faces the ball. The defender can cut off the passing lane. The attacker becomes available on one side and receives the ball, but must then score on the opposite side. If the defender intercepts, they must also score on the opposite side. Clever movement and timing are crucial. Variation 8. Back-to-back battle. Players start back-to-back with the ball sandwiched between them. On the coach's signal, they spin and fight for possession. Unpredictable bounces make quick reactions essential. First to secure the ball earns the right to attack. Variation 9. Targets off the pitch. Place the mini goals outside the playing zone. Now players can't just run the ball in the goal, but they need more precision to score with a pass. The attacker enters with a moving ball, triggering the 1v1 once the first touch is made. It's all about sharp passing and clean first touches. Variation 10. No goals, just dribble finishes. Here, there are no goals. Players must beat the defender and score by dribbling through a gate. Teammates play the ball in from behind, so a clean pass is crucial. Variation 11. Exploiting the weak side. The defender dribbles into the middle, attacker tracks close behind. The defender stops the ball and turns, keeping some distance. Attacker pounces with their first touch. Depending on the defender's turn, the attacker can learn to exploit the weak side. Variation 12. The safe zone. Players get a free zone before the defender is allowed to press, until the ball crosses halfway. This lets attackers try feints and direction changes under no pressure. Once over the line, it's a 1v1 at full intensity. Variation 13. One-touch exit. Similar to Variation 12, but now the ball is played in by a teammate. Want to reward sharp play? Award bonus points if the attacker escapes the safe zone in one touch and scores. Variation 14. Scan, touch, score. Attacker taps the defender's hand and checks for the ball through the gate. Defender must touch one of two goals before entering the playing field. If the attacker scans quickly, they can break away to the opposite side. Want to reward quality in the first touch? Double points for scoring in just 2 touches. Variation 15. Same concept, but now with gates instead of goals. The attacker plays the ball back, bounce pass, scans, and then demands the ball in the right direction. The defender enters play by running through a gate. Speed and vision are everything here. Variation 16. Fast break transition. 2 teams. First ball must be scored from your own half. Each goal attempt triggers the next player to enter with a dribble. They must score on the opponent's half. Set a 6-second shot clock to keep things intense and decision-focused. Variation 17. Double action. Both players dribble around the goal and race to score. Whoever scores first gets a second ball from their teammate. Lots of variations possible here. This format rewards quick thinking, sharp finishing, and fast execution. Variation 18. 360 scoring zone. Players start back-to-back with the ball in between. You can score in any of the 4 goals, but only after dribbling through a gate. This forces real take-ons and direction changes. Want more challenge? Limit it to 2 out of 4 goals. Variation 19. Point system dribble. Same start, but now players must earn points by dribbling through gates before scoring. For example, 2 gates plus goal equals 2 points. 4 gates plus goal equals 4 points. Lost the ball. The opponent gets your points if they score immediately. Risk versus reward becomes part of the game. Variation 20. The real deal, full goals with keepers. The setup players love most, 2 big goals and goalkeepers. The goalkeeper must play a 2-touch pass through a gate to start. Once that first touch is made, the 1v1 begins. The attacker has a slight head start, but the defender applies immediate pressure. Thanks for watching. Want more training ideas? Check out my website, YouTube, and Instagram for fresh inspiration for your next session.